Come close and listen with arrested heart. I am speaking to you now with tenderness and authority, with the certainty of one who has seen the end from the beginning. Hear me. Your test is over today. The season of relentless proving, the hidden wrestlings that stretched your soul thin, the nights that would not yield to morning, this long examination has reached its completion. Heaven has recorded your perseverance. Nothing you carried was missed. Not a single tear dissolved into the dark unnoticed. Not a single prayer, half whisper, broken or wordless, passed me by. I have watched you sit at the edge of yourself and choose me again. I have seen you refuse to turn bitterness into a shelter. I have seen you lift your hands when your strength felt fictional. I have marked every time you chose silence over retaliation, humility over the last word, obedience over the easier road. When you felt invisible, the courts of heaven were looking directly at you. When you thought you were failing, I was engraving your faithfulness into the story that cannot be erased. You did not quit, though quitting often felt like relief. You stayed. You remained. You endured. And I, your God, delight in your endurance. Beloved soul, if this touched your heart, treasure it deeply. Let your faith be seen. Respond with love and press that like button. I place my hand upon your shoulder now and say with finality, "It is finished." Not your calling, but your testing. The curriculum was exacting. The questions were severe. The silence was a teacher you did not choose. Yet you learned to breathe underwater. You learned to pray from the cave and praise from the ashes. You learned the language of trust when answers were delayed, the rhythm of worship when outcomes were unclear. You learned how to keep the flame alive when winds argued with your hope. This matters more than you know. The angels know your name by the fragrance of that worship. I validate your struggle. I justify your tears. I dignify the loneliness you carried like a hidden weight beneath your daily kindness. There were days when the room felt crowded but your heart felt alone. I sat beside you in that quiet ache. There were hours when your chest held storms and your smile held strangers. I was the steadying hand on the inside. There were seasons when doors closed without explanation and people left without blessing. I kept the gate of your life on purpose. You were